just thinking of unique ways that we can blend interaction into it. So it might work on like the documentary side of things. What if we like put limits on the way a person communicates? So like just limit them to electronic communications. They have to do all their communication through like texting or email, and then make like a mini doc about what their life was before it, and then make a doc about them, like have an interview with them, but they're like texting in their answers when they're right in front of you, and like see how it changes their life. And then on the surface, it could be presented as like a short film, but then we would give the people who we're presenting to on the day the opportunity to interact with the person who is using that method of communication.
What kind of technology do you want to use, like platform or whatever?
Like anything you can get your hands on, email, like text messages, like just it would be making a comment on the transition that communication has taken place since we were born to now. Like it's a very different ecosystem when you want to communicate with someone. We have so many options. So what happens when you take the natural options away? Like you're not allowed to talk anymore. You have to type everything that you do. Or like maybe you're not allowed to write things down. Or we just put a limitation on whatever poor soul decides to volunteer for the project. Anyways, that's just one idea. I also had this idea, we don't really have the hardware at school. It says it will take, we need a high-res, short-throw projector, half-sphere convex mirror, and an acrylic sphere with a large hole in the bottom.
You want great.
It's like a multi-touch orb that you can make with Quartz Composer. And I was thinking it would be a neat, like physical interactive object that we could tell a story of like anything, like maybe like a chicken growing from like an embryo into a full chicken, and it measures how many hands are on it, and like if you keep the egg warm over a long period of time, you can see it growing. Yeah, apparently all we need is infrared illuminators and a high-res infrared webcam, and most webcams have infrared on them, right? With a little bit of money from Jeanette, it's definitely possible. Like, and I have all the plans here. So, like, from a hardware and programming perspective, sure.
With something projected on it.
Here it is, right here.
Because you wouldn't actually be sitting in front of a computer all the time.
Yeah, I can plug it in.
Building something that's tangible.
It's neat. It really doesn't have a story attached to it.
Do you really have to use Quartz Composer? Like.
I'm sure that we could work out how to use those basics on something else, but. Illuminated from the inside with infrared light, and as people touch it, it makes small diffusions in the white light, so it basically, in the camera's view, it turns it gray, and it uses that to spin. So, I mean, if we had some 3D guys making different stages of the embryo's growth, like you could just literally drag your hands across it and rotate it and look at it. And then when it gets multi-touches, we could have some sort of visual metaphor for the egg like heating up. And it's about balance, so you don't want too many hands on it, and you're trying to get it to grow and transition into its chicken form.
Quick comments. Hardware-wise, it's actually quite a lot of work. You gotta order things and all that, you know.
It is a lot of work, yes. And I'm not even sure if we have, like, here's all the hardware that we need here. So I'm not sure if it's a reality, but I think it's a pretty neat idea.
On there, does it give a timeline on how long it takes to make that?
And also, I suggest if you want to do something
24 hours.
24, you said?
I'm just fucking around, I don't know.
Actually, I have an idea in mind. If you want to do something like this, I've been watching some media artists making piece on a building. You want to use a building as a whole facade.
Well, then we need a whole different type of projector. We need a really high-powered, like put on the back of a truck type projector. But yeah, projection's awesome.
But in case like this is not like suitable to the timeline for this project, you decide that. I don't know what Patrick wants us to do, like how much time we get to do that, but maybe you can pitch it on Monday too.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Patrick's class, we're supposed to pitch some kind of.
Really?
Well, you already have no idea.
There's a dragon gun thing that goes on, but
Please tell me you don't have.
Anyways, yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah, it's more like a Tom Cruisina fake check thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Don't say that.
Shh, it's a secret.
Lights, please. Thank you. Thank you. I always wanted to say that.
Are we
put up these ideas on the table and assign teams that way? Or were you deciding teams?
I don't think you go talk to people. Yeah, talk to someone.
I got a vampire bit.
Mike's good.
Are you
Basically, it's a in this part.